Reverse bent armbar from the guard.
So from here, you have your opponent in your guard. So what you want to do is you want to mess up his legs. So you're going to remove his hands and pin them to the mat. So from here, I'm going to shoot my hands in to my opponent's arms, pinning his wrist down to the mat using a cocaine grip for right now. So that's since I have my opponent wrist down to the mat, I'm going to still pinch at the knees so my opponent doesn't know my guard is sort of relaxed. Still pinching at the knees. I'm going to slowly, well not slowly, but I'm going to put my feet down on the mat next to my opponent. And while I'm still pinching at the knees, he still thinks that he's in my guard, hopefully. So here, I'm going to slide my butt back to create space between me and my opponent so I'm able to hip up. From here, I'm choosing what side I want to break his arm. So, I want to break this side. So from here, I'm going to hip up. And as I hip up, I'm going to reach around his arm, come through, and with both hands, it's going to end up in a thumbless grip. So the hand that I initially had on my opponent's wrist at first, that was a cocaine, is now going to turn into a thumbless grip. So now, thumbless grip on his wrist and also my wrist. So from here, I'm going to sit back. Now since I have an arm, and that same side where I have his arm chopped, that leg just come up and across around my opponent's waistline. So I have my arm with his arm, and I'm going to push it up to where his back is and make sure his arm is at like a 90-degree angle. So from here, I want to slowly push his arm and his hand up to his head with my opponent's tap.